What's up, guys? It's your boy GusVillaJewelry back with another Q&A Fridays where I answer your burning hot questions about jewelry. I asked a post on Instagram for you guys to ask me anything you wanted to know. I got the best 4 questions that I could possibly find. Let's answer them. Let's get this thing popping. First questions by Bezo Beats. Bezo Beats. When you talk about 9 karat or 18 karat, how do we know that's all true? Or how do we know that it's true? So there's 2 main ways to test gold whenever you receive it. And I always have this saying that I preach and I say over and over again: trust but verify. It doesn't matter if you get a chain from me, you get a chain from your cousin, you get a chain from your mother, or you get a chain from the famous YouTubers out there. You trust it, but you verify that. 2 ways. Ready to go? Number 1 is the scratch test. It's very, very antiquated and it's not accurate, but if that's all you got, it's the best thing you could do. Go on Amazon. They're about like 10 or 12 bucks. I could be completely off on the price, but ultimately it's a blackboard and it has 3 liquids, and each of them are going to tell whether it's 18, 14, or 10 karat. You scratch your chain once you receive it. If they told you it was 18 karat, you apply the coat on top of it. If it disappears and it ate it all up, then it's not 18 karat, but if it stays, then it passes the scratch test. Same thing goes with different carats. That's ultimately how you find out. The most common way and the most accurate way is with a precious metal analyzer. You can go to any single one of these jewelry stores. Most of them are going to have it. They're going to charge you like 10 or 15 bucks. It's called a Niton thermal precious metal analyzer. It has like a million names, but the point is they point it, it shoots an x-ray inside the metal, and it tells you exactly what the carat is. Now, most of the time, that's going to be the most accurate way of doing it. There are a little bit of tricks with a bath and with flash plating and things like that you can kind of trick it, but it's pretty spot on, and it's going to be able to tell you what it is. So again, the scratch test or the precious metal analyzer. Precious metal analyzer is what I recommend to you. So go down to your jewelry store and get it tested. Again, trust but verify. You'll thank me later. Stop sending under carat chains, jewelers. I know what you guys do, man. I know what you guys do. Question number 2, Citadel Millennial wants to know, how is 999 too soft, but people can still make coins and etc. or make coins and etc. It's easy. Coins are, number 1, they're sold as pure 999 because you want the purest form of metal, in this case silver or gold or whatever it is that you're buying, whenever you're selling it, because usually you buy it for an investment piece or something that's going to hold value later on. So you want the most purest form of it. That's number 1. But number 2, 999 isn't too soft to cast, and that's usually how coins and other memorabilia like this are made. You cast them, whether there be minted coins from the government that are, using a very, very sophisticated process that I don't really know. For the most part, it's going to be casted. Now, as far as chains go, it's just as good as 925 or 950. It is softer. A lot of people are under the misconception that 999 silver can't be, used. It's way too soft and you can like pry it apart like you're some sort of Hulk or something. That's crazy, right? Like, it is softer. It will probably scratch a little easier, and it does require a little bit more maintenance because it reacts to sulfur a lot easier, but ultimately it's just fine. If you have a polishing rag and you buff it once every couple of years, once every 5 years, it's completely fine too. We use 999 silver, we use 950 silver and 925 silver. Just really depends on what we're using that week, and it depends on the width or how big the chain is we're making, but it's perfectly fine to use 999 silver. It's a beautiful look, and it looks identical to 925 as well. A lot of people think that there's a different look or anything. It's the same. But yeah, casted coins are casted, and that's why you could use 999 silver. Next question. At Gino Chains, personally, what's your favorite part of the process of making a chain? That, my friends, is a great question, and let me tell you why. There are many facets of making a Cuban link chain. From the inception, whenever you melt down the metal, to making the bars, to stretching the metal, and all that is essentially done by what are called like the intro jewelers, the amateur jewelers, because you're just following the recipe that I'm giving you. It's written down on the paper, all the measurements. So essentially you can pick that up within 2 to 3 weeks. You're stretching wire like a maniac, right? The beauty becomes in the soldering, and that takes a while to learn, and then ultimately turning the chain and then filing a chain. To me, the most beautiful process of the entire process of making a chain is filing. Why? Because it shows the true artistry of chain making. Everyone has their own style. Here's where you can put your spin on it. If you want to make it a little bit flatter, if you want to have a little bit more oval, if you like the bubbly older look, it's where you can really show what you like and how you like the aesthetic of your chain to look. When you look at a chain and it's hanging on someone's neck, here's where you can see, oh man, I really like that style, or it's really, really flat. That's how I like it, you know? It's where you put your touch to it. I happen to like it not kind of flat with a little bit of oval curve to it. That's my style, but it's really up to you. And that's kind of the part where I enjoy the most. Really good question. Last one is at Figa Forta. When will prices come down? Oh God, it's a simple question, but it's also very, very complex, and I'm not gonna get too into it, but ultimately it has to do with a lot of things. See, gold is a direct derivative of how the economy is doing. Now, I don't wanna get all stupid political because this is YouTube, so you guys argue about the most stupidest things I've ever heard in my life, but it has to do with the economy, the inflation, the war in Russia and Ukraine. A lot of it has to do with that. Now, it gets a lot more complex than that. Eventually, things are going to get better. They always do. They always have. When that does happen, it drives the prices of gold down, and it makes gold a lot more reasonable. When that's going to happen, who the hell knows? You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could just call up, world peace and everything is all good and everything's back to normal with the economy. I wish I could do that. It's not going to happen anytime soon. At least I don't think so. But who the hell knows? I'm not out here trying to fix economies. I'm not out here, running the country or running other countries. All I know is it's going to get better. Eventually, you're going to be able to get that Cuban for an affordable price. Keep saving. By the way, we do have easy financing options at GusVillaJewelry.com. Shameless plug. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Next time I post a story, ask me any questions that you guys have. I will answer them on Fridays. We're doing Q&A Fridays. Subscribe to your channel or subscribe to my channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Holla at me.